Welcome back to FM Story. We are at the end of season 14 of this save, and things are going remarkably well. We're in the semi-final of the Scottish Cup as we look for our sixth successive Scottish Cup triumph. We're in the quarter-final of the Champions League. We've already won the League Cup, and we're 11 points clear at the top of the table with 7 games left to play. So without further ado, let's get into the action. We're now into May, and things have just continued going on from strength to strength. As you can see, spoiler alert, we're actually in the semi-final of the Champions League. For the first game of the episode, we won 3-1 at home against Hearts. Pretty comfortable. They got a late consolation goal. We could have been better off because we missed a penalty as well in the game. We then went to Portugal and actually did a lot better than we did in the away leg against Benfica. We got off to an early lead. They scored an equaliser in the second half, but 1-1, pretty strong position to be going into the second leg. We then beat Hibs, who at the time were our closest challengers for the title, 2-0. Again, not really too much doubt we were going to win that game. And then the home game against Porto, we came away with a pretty comfortable 4-1 victory to see us through 5-2 on aggregate and see us into the semi-finals of the Champions League. We then followed that up with the semi-final of the Scottish Cup. Again, comfortable victory over Hearts, 3-1, a late-ish consolation goal for them, notwithstanding. Then we drew 1-1 at home to Celtic, and in the first leg in the Champions League we did really well. Unfortunately, we let it slip right at the end, a 94th minute winner for them to give them a 1-goal advantage going into the second leg. And then in the most recent league game, we've popped up with a 4-2 victory at home against Hibs. We have now won the league title. We only have 3 games left. There's a chance we actually might finish the season with 100 points. We're on 94 points off 35 games. We're 17 points clear of Rangers and Hibs, who are battling for second, with 33 points clear of Celtic in fourth. So it's been a great season, especially considering what we did to the squad in the summer, the amount of big name players we sold, and the amount of new players that we were forced to bring in. So we're in a pretty strong position now. We've just got 2 cup competitions that are left to compete for, and it starts with a big one, a home game in the Champions League against Real Madrid. 1-0 down going into that leg. Unfortunately, we are missing a couple of key players. Alan Kerr's out, the goalkeeper's out, potentially Lenny Fayette's out, but they do have some players missing as well. So hopefully we can go on, put a show on, and make it through to the final. If we do make it through to the final, we will play Man United in the final. So this is the side we've picked for the second leg against Real Madrid. Obviously, as we said, Riculi's missing, so Villari's in goal. Alan Kerr's missing, so Pascual's starting on the left. And Fayette, not fully fit enough to be on the bench if we need him, but Bordes is going to start. And hopefully we've got enough to come away with something. But that's a really strong Real Madrid team that we're coming up against. And they've already beaten us now twice. This season they beat us at the beginning of the league phase of the Champions League, and they beat us in the first leg. But hopefully with a home advantage we can do something and then come away with a Champions League final to end the season. So we're going 4-2-3-1. They're going 5-2-3 basically. Really packing the defence by the looks of it. It's an early booking for Rakla, which could cause some problems. And then for Milosavljevic at right back as well. 2 of the back 4 on yellow cards after less than 5 minutes. Isn't a particularly positive sign for the rest of the game. Right, bringing it out from the back, Milosavljevic into Lakam in midfield. Looking for Cochise down the right. Trying to get past Santos, who used to play for us. He's crossed it into the box. It's headed clear. Thibaut down to Lakam, into Pascual. And there we are. We've levelled it on aggregate after 20 minutes of the second leg. Cochise against Santos down the left-hand side, crossed in, looking for Nuevo. It's nodded off his head. Thibaut down to Lakam, finds Pascual first time. Keeper probably should have done better, but we'll take it, and we've levelled it up on aggregate. Right, a throw in for them deep in our half. Yeah, right into the box. Hendrick in acres of space in the middle of the box, and they're back in front on aggregate. It's just far too easy. At no point did we really put any pressure on the man with the ball. Amrani had acres of space. Hendrick just in the middle of the box with no one reacting to it. And we're back behind on aggregate now. Right, they've gone short with a goal kick, and then they've tried to chip it over our midfield. Bordis comes and picks it up. Milosavljevic down the right. Looks for Cochise on the byline, back to Lacam, into Cochise in the box, working it on his left foot, hits the woodwork, and they've scrambled it away. From the resulting throw-in, Thibaut, it's headed clear back to him. Pascual goes down in the box. The referee looks like he's given a penalty here. We're going to get a VAR check for it though. And it's been given. Right, it's Pedro Simoes to step up to take it, sends the keeper the wrong way, levels it up again on aggregate, and we're right in this game. Nice and calm, right in the corner. Even if the keeper had gone the right way, he wouldn't have saved it. And there we go, half-time, 2-1 up on the night, 2-2 on aggregate. Big 45 minutes coming up. But I think Cochise is going to have to come off. He looks knackered. We're going to need to make a replacement down that right-hand side. And hopefully the replacement can put them under as much pressure as Cochise has so far. So we've made the change at half-time. We've brought Tala on wide right for Cochise. He had a big role in turning around the deficit against Benfica. So hopefully he can do the same in this game. Right, it's looking likely that we might need to make some further changes. We've got another couple of players that look like they're really struggling fitness-wise. Right, we've made another couple of changes on the hour. We've brought Rajkovic on for Nuevo, and we've brought Turnbull on at right back for Milosavljevic because he was knackered and had already been booked as well. Right, a corner, Rajkovic to take it, goes short to Pascual, fires a low cross in. It's cleared as far as Thibaut at the back. He comes forward down the right-hand side now on his weaker foot. Dinks a cross in, it's headed clear. And now they're looking to break. Hendrick gets on the end of it. Santos loses out to Tala. Into Bordes. Goncalves. Pascual looked to flick it on first time. It comes back to him. Lacam back to Bordes. Lacam again. Down the line to Tala. Back to Turnbull on the right. Cross towards the centre of the box. There's Simoes with a header. And for the first time in the tie, we're ahead on aggregate. We're 3-2 up now on aggregate. Lacam to Tala down the right. Tries to stretch it. Goes back to Turnbull. Takes a touch. Perfect cross. Right into the middle of the box. Simoes gets up above the defenders. Heads past the keeper. And now we're in a pretty strong position here. But straight from the kick-off. They go back to the centre half. Ocon back to the centre half again. Let's try to play it out, but Thibaut intercepts that pass. Infield to Rajkovic onto Lacam. Tala into the box. Fires it across the keeper. That's 4-1 on the night. 4-2 on aggregate now. And 25 minutes left to make sure we don't do anything stupid here. Thibaut just stepped in, intercepted that forward pass, plays it into Rajkovic, helps it onto Lacam. First time into Tala. It was slightly behind him, but he got it out of his feet. Fired past the keeper. And we might be Champions League final bound again. Right, it's 10 minutes left. We've not had a highlight for a while. We've tried to go forward there. They've gone back to the goalkeeper. They're now trying to play it out. They've gone down this right-hand side again. This time they've kept the ball. Hendrick out wide. Turnbull intercepts the pass. Thaler looks over the top for Pasquale. Takes a touch. Fires right across the keeper. It's going to be a VAR check. And it's been given. Turnbull intercepted the pass. Thaler takes a couple of touches and then just lifts the ball over the top to Pasquale Nikovich, takes a touch on his chest and then smashes it past across the keeper, in off the far post. And it's 5-1 on aggregate. Surely that's us in the final now. 3-goal advantage with less than 10 minutes of normal time left. It was a great run by Pasquale and a great finish. Right, into injury time. Surely only a matter of seconds now away from being in the Champions League final. And there we go. Full-time whistle blown. What a performance. After losing the first leg 1-0 to a 94th minute winner, we've come away with a 5-1 victory at home to win 5-2 on aggregate and to see us in the final of the Champions League against Manchester United. So we've made it to the final day of the season. We've got the Champions League final coming up here against Man United in Belgrade. They do have a couple of our former players in the squad. They've got Carlos Medina, who we can see there is doubtful for the game. They've also got Adrian Villanueva, who we sold them in January. He's not registered for the game. We ended the season reasonably well. Following on from the second leg of the semi-final against Real Madrid, we went away to Hearts, came away with a pretty comfortable 3-0 victory. We then hammered Ross County 7-1 at home. And then on the last day of the league season, we went away to Rangers and weren't great. They came away with a 2-1 victory. We then followed up 6 days later, beat them in the Scottish Cup final to win our 6th successive Scottish Cup, to go with the 6th successive league title. We were pretty comfortable 3-1 at half-time. They pulled a goal back in the second half, but we just about hung on to secure the victory and the cup. As far as the league season is concerned, we did finish top of the table, obviously at 100 points. We finished 14 points clear of Rangers, 17 points clear of Hibs, and 36 points clear of Celtic, who were down in 4th position. But now, all eyes turn to Belgrade and the Champions League final. So, this is the side we've picked for the final against Man United. It's as strong a team as we can pick. Riccioli is still injured, so Villari's in goal. Nicholas Lecam picked up an injury a couple of days before the Scottish Cup final. He's on the bench. He's not fit enough to start, so we're going in with Goncalves and Nuevo in the defensive midfield roles, Rajkovic in behind Simoes. But we're going up against a really strong Man United team, and we're going to need to be at our absolute best to be able to come away with anything from this game. Right, so we're going with the 4-2-3-1. They're going with the 4-3-3. And fingers crossed we can put in a performance. Right, Rajkovic looking for Goncalves. They've headed clear. Nuevo picks it up out to Cochise. Back to Nuevo. Milosavljevic down the line behind the fullback for Cochise. He's in the box. Hits the post and Simoes turns it home, and what a start to the game this is. Less than 3 minutes on the clock. And we've taken the lead. Nuevo to Milosavljevic. Lovely ball in behind the fullback. Cochise, I thought, had waited far too long. His shot comes back to Simoes 6 yards out. An empty goal to aim at, and that's us 1-0 up. Right, they've got a free kick at the back. They've gone long over the top of Thibaut. They've got to the byline, they've pulled it back. And we've definitely got away with one there. They've dragged the shot well wide, but that was far too easy over the top of the fullback. There seems to be a lot of space down their right hand side. Right, Chiodi into Esposito, Sheikh back into the box. Anestis with the equaliser, and they should have scored the previous one, so we were given a warning. We didn't react. Again, they've done that work down the right hand side. No one went with the runner, and it was a simple finish in the end. Right, a corner for us, Cochise to take it, swings it into the near post. Easy for the keeper to come and claim. And then Restes throws it out. And Shake down the right hand side, he's got space to move again. Oh, now they're in on the left hand side this time. Pull back to the edge of the area, and luckily it's over the top, but when they go forward, there is so much space in the fullback areas. Right, goal kick, Villari short to Fayette. In to Nuevo, Rackler. Forward looking for Pascual on the left, back to Rackler. Goncalves back to Fayette. We're keeping the ball well without really opening anything up. Fayette to Cochise, first time off to Milosavljevic, first time back to Cochise. Cuts in on his left foot, tackle, sends the ball to Milosavljevic. Driving towards the byline, pulls it all the way back to Nuevo. He goes all the way back to Fayette on the halfway line. Nuevo back to Rackler. We're trying to move them about here without creating an awful lot of openings here. Rackler to Fayette. Nuevo over the top looking for Simoesh. Takes it lovely. Shot gets a deflection past the keeper. Simoesh's 35th goal of the season now puts us back in front 2-1. So Rackler to Fayette, into Nuevo, takes a touch, lifts it over the top. Lovely first touch from Simoesh to get it out of his feet. Slight deflection, takes it past the keeper. And we're back in front, and hopefully we react better than we did the first time we went in front. Right, Nuevo forward to Rajkovic. Pascual cutting in off the left. Cochise lets it run. Goncalves into the box. Low drive towards goal, and the keeper turns it behind for a corner. That would have been a great move. Rajkovic to take the corner. Lifts it in towards the near post. It's headed up in the air. And they've managed to scramble it clear. Thibault bringing it back. Rajkovic. Thibault just runs into their defender, and now they're going to break. And they've got a couple of men over by the looks of it. Goncalves, Mumba pulls it across. Simple tap in for Esposito. And from such a promising position of our own, we've just let them break. No one's got back. And it was the simplest of tap ins in the middle of the box for Esposito. Gonzalez does well, finds Mumba. He's 1-on-1. The defenders all go to him. He squares it. Keeper can't get to it. Esposito scores 2-2. And there we are, half time 2-2. We've been pretty decent going forward. We've just been really bad when they've counter-attacked on us. And no one's really exposed us like that too much this season. Right, we've sent the same team out to start the second half. They've got the ball at the back here. Keogh back to the centre half. Mumba passes intercepted by Rackler. Looking for Simoesh. It bounces for Rajkovic. Cochise, Rajkovic in the box. What a finish. And for a young player who we thought was just one for the future when we signed him in the summer, that's his 23rd goal of the season. He's come up big in some big occasions, and he picks the ball up there, finds Cochise, ball down the side, takes a touch, and then just drills it in off the far post to put us back in front early in the second half. Right, they're bringing it forward. Gonzalez goes back. They're driving forward towards the box. Weak shot from distance. Luckily, Villario gets down to save it. Right, they've got a corner. Mumba's going to take it with his left foot. Swings it in towards the near post. It's headed straight back out to Mumba. Darts past the defender. Opens it up. And that was a great save in the end. And it's gone behind for a corner on the other side. It's going to come in on the right foot this time. Rackler gets his head to it. Thibault gets another head to it. It's still alive with Gonzalez though. Let's try to go round the outside. And we've won it back. Right, we brought a couple of players on, some fresh legs. Curse coming on for Pascual, wide left. And Lacam's come on for Goncalves in the defensive midfield role. We've got 20 minutes left to hold on here. All right, we've made another couple of changes. We've taken Thibaut off because he's knackered and on a yellow card. We brought Fernandez Vinitsky on. We've brought Bordes on for the knackered Rajkovic to give us an extra man at the back just to try and shore things up here. We're into the last 5 minutes or so before we get into injury time. There's 5 minutes of injury time now standing between us and the Champions League trophy. They're bound to get another highlight. They might not. It looks like it's petering out to a 3-2 victory for us. 96th minute. There we go, full time. And somehow, given where we were in that round of 16 against Benfica, having lost that first leg, we were 4-0 down at half time in that first leg. We've somehow come all the way and won the Champions League final. How on earth have we done that? Especially given the big players that we sold in the summer as well. This is remarkable. And we've done the quadruple. And there we go, the end of another season, the end of another episode, although it's not really the end of the season because we've still got the FIFA Club World Cup to come in the off-season. But we've done the quadruple somehow. I still don't know how we managed to even make it to the Champions League final, let alone win that. Having won our 6 successive league title and Scottish Cups, and then obviously we got back into winning the League Cup this season as well. Just a truly outstanding season, and hopefully we can go and do better than we did the last time we were in the Club World Cup. Hopefully we can go in and put on a decent performance, but we're in a pretty decent position. Hopefully we don't lose too many players in the summer, and we'll see you next time for the Club World Cup. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you then.